Okay, well, I don't know why it stopped recording, but yes, you start by melting your butter. We're just going to use medium heat on this throughout the whole thing. Obviously, you want to get a 9 by 13 pan. Go ahead and get it buttered on the sides and everything. Probably put a little too much, but that's fine. I just wanted to make sure it didn't stick. 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. We got our cup of corn syrup, vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and it calls for 2 cups of either white sugar or brown sugar. We're going to use one of each. See how it turns out. Alright, so we got the butter melted. Now what we do is we go ahead and add in the sweetened condensed milk. Go ahead and just get that kind of poured in there. Mamaw, do you want to grab this for me real quick? Kind of keep it in towards this for me. Thank you. Scrape that out the best I can here. I gotta say, this is one of the things I'm most excited to make, but also really nervous to make. Just if I'm being completely honest. One more scrape it over me. There we go. So then I add in our corn syrup. I'm dripping everywhere while I do this. I will clean up afterwards. Go ahead and scrape all that out. Best of my ability. And then, oh no, there's still just a little bit more. Yes. There we go. So I can put that in here. And then we add the key part. That being the sugar. And then this is where you gotta stir constantly. Make sure you scrape the sides and the bottom every so often as you do it. And now we're cooking. Yeah, you just gotta keep constantly stirring it. It'll eventually come to a simmer. And that's when you will want to keep simmering it until it gets to the softball stage.
When are you going to do the vanilla and the salt?
That's when you remove it from the heat.
Okay.
Yeah. The last 2 ingredients is just the vanilla extract and the salt, and we'll add that more towards the end here. I just gotta make sure that I keep stirring. I don't know if I'm stirring it too quickly, if I'm not stirring it quick enough.
Did you want to pause it until we get it simmering?
I mean, we probably could.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, probably should. Yeah, you just gotta keep stirring it a little bit. Make sure you get the sides, make sure you get the bottom, just to make sure, like, the corn syrup is to help make sure it doesn't crystallize, but the constant stirring definitely kind of helps with that, I feel. So, we're gonna definitely see how this turns out. I'm excited for it. Also extremely nervous. But we're gonna see how it goes.
And it's
So, yeah.
got to do what now? To what?
235 to 245, depending on the elevations. Also known as softball stage.
Well, there's 250.
Yes, so right below 250,
15, 20,
basically.
25, 30, 35. Each one of them little black marks is 5 points.
Okay. And
225 will be the center one.
okay. I don't know if I can try to get that on camera. Yeah, it's probably not gonna show up right on camera, is it? More than likely not.
No.
But yeah, once it starts simmering, you just keep constantly stirring it, keep it at a simmer, and you do this until it reaches the softball stage, which again is typically between 235 to 245. If you're at a higher elevation, you'll use the lower end of that spectrum. If you're on a lower elevation, you're going to use the higher end of that spectrum. So I think we're looking for what, 245? Right, Mamaw?
At 235, we'll check it with the soft water thing. I'll show you how to do that.
Cool.
That's good. Watch that gauge.
Alrighty, so yeah, there we go. That's a good lighting. So it's currently almost reaching 225.
I probably could get to 235. Where is my?
Oh, I'll hit record on
Because
this.
see, it still streams.
Yeah.
See, watch. See, it's making a string down to that softball.
Okay. So now what we do is, if you could take that for me. Yes. Remove it from the heat immediately. Add in your vanilla. Add in your salt. Once that's all
I'm
mixed
sorry.
in.
I was off the pan.
Yeah, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. Once you get that kind of all mixed in, then I don't know what to do with this right now.
Here, take it.
Hand that off to you. And then I'm just going to stir this a few more seconds, and then we're going to bring it over here and pour. Just like so. Make sure we get a majority of that out of there. There we go. Get that going into there. That's probably about as much as I can probably squeeze out of it.
That should be good.
Get that off the side there. Bring
It's
that.
dripping, it's dripping.
Now,
We'll have caramel candy from here to there.
I'm just going to quickly kind of just...
Oh. It's a pretty color.
It really is. I'm so excited to see how these turn out. Now, we do have to let these cool completely, which, according to the video from the Stay-at-Home Chef, definitely check out their channel if you haven't already. They have a lot of great recipes on there from what I've seen so far. I actually got this from there. But we have to let this cool for 2 hours to let it cool completely. And if I did it right, it should be able to be cut into like squares and be chewy goodness. We'll check back on that in a couple hours. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. And remember to, of course, like I said, view the channel to the Stay-at-Home Chef. They, like I said, they put out a lot of good content for anyone aspiring to cook. And they have a lot of good recipes. That's where I got this one from. Again, it's pretty simple. 1 cup unsalted butter, 14-ounce sweetened condensed milk, 1 cup of corn syrup, 2 cups of brown sugar, or you can make your own like sugar supplement or whatever that's called. Inverted sugar, that's what it was called. 2 cups of brown or white sugar. Like I said, we used 1 of each. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon salt. And then yeah, it'll also give you like the process that you have to do and everything like that too. I just wrote it down so I had a quick reference and I didn't have to keep like going back and forth between camera and that. So let's see how it turns out. I'm excited.
Dirt on there.
Alright, so it's been about, what, 3 hours now? put it in the fridge for a little bit. That way it could get some extra chill to it. Mamaw, you want to come hold this for me? Real quick.
Are you gonna wait a while longer? Okay.
No, I'm about to cut into it. Let's see here. Let's get right there, shall we? I can't cut straight lines, so that's out of the question, but I'm going to try to make it all about like this size here. Oh, it cuts so nice. Like, it's really cutting pretty good, decent. You can tell it's kind of still softer than maybe it could have been.
Yeah. We'll just try that.
And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of just cut it this way a little bit. That way we can just go ahead and get a couple pieces out and see how it turned out overall. Might as well finish this little section here. Actually, you know what? It's not going to take too long to get through this. I don't think. You can tell it's kind of trying to maybe form back together a little bit, but not really. I think that's why she was kind of recommending that for personal preference. Once you get it all cut up, you can kind of individually wrap them for like personal servings and stuff like that. I thought about doing this on Christmas. That way I could have a little bit of like a gift that I could kind of give everyone.
No. Here, get that little spatula.
Where's the spatula? Alright, so how should I do this? Just right like so?
Yeah, it needs to wait a little bit longer.
But yeah,
Kinda
that
soft,
is
isn't it?
essentially what I was aiming for.
Well, it needs to get a little bit more firmer.
Yeah, probably.
But it is good.
And once it firms up a little bit more, obviously. But overall, I think
It'd be like soft caramel. Yeah. I think in the morning. it'd be
oh my
perfect.
god.
Oh, gosh. Good.
This is good.
Very good.
Y'all need to try it.
Tasty. See what it looks like
Yeah.
in the morning.